Alright, let me tell you about my childhood in the industrial age. My mother and father, they died. Wait, now I'm from Ireland. Give me a second.
Switch it up.
No, potato famine. I'd like to tell you about my experience in the potato famine. My mother and my father both suffered from malnutrition, but only my mother died. My father stayed around to give me a good clout in the head whenever I was a little uppity. We decided we'd need to move to America when the local tavern shut down. My father said he needed the beer and without the crown and country, there's no place for him to drink. They said that was respectable. So we loaded up in the nearest ship for America, and my father slept for most of the way, so I found my own ways to entertain myself. I learned a lot of things on that boat, and I also got a job. It was selling used clothing. By the time we reached shore, I'd already been hired and fired twice for stealing. And when we arrived in America, they searched us for potatoes to make sure we weren't carrying the blight with us. Thankfully, I'd forgotten my potato on the boat, so they didn't stop us. They changed my original name, which was Seamus, to Barney. I don't understand why, but they said it was necessary for me to fit in with Americans. They told me I'd have to get rid of the accent, and I said screw them. It's about the time that that was the first time I spent a night in jail. The first of many. My father was picked up by the paddy wagon on day 3. Never saw him again. Good riddance. My first real job was, of course, in a pub. They hired me because of my accent. And, that's pretty fortunate that I hadn't gotten rid of it like I was planning on. So, Saturdays I served beer from 9 to 10. It was only an hour long. They called it the Irish hour for some reason. I got a lot of Irish boys back from home to talk about how horrible it was over there and how horrible it was over here. Good conversations. The rest of the week, I was working any job I could find, mostly construction. I got in it with the Black Irish for a bit there, but the whole gang thing just didn't... I wasn't very interested when they told me I couldn't do what I wanted to whenever. I don't like it when people tell me when to steal. I'd like to be able to decide that for myself,
Like to do it on your own free time.
Yes, that's right. After about 2 weeks in America, I was starting to fit in. Decided to find myself a girl. Didn't find one. About then, my father came back into my life. He was an awful guy.
He never saw him again. 2 weeks later, he showed up.
Well, the thing was, I didn't see him. He sent me letters. Apparently, he'd moved back to Ireland because the pub had reopened. They haven't bothered to tell me, though.
You were deserted by your father.
At this point, I had 2 options. I could go home where life was miserable, or stay here where life was miserable but would cost less.
Wait a minute, Van Halen. What?
Give me a good old fiddle. And I never could play the fiddle. But I always wanted to.
Like a small group at their house.
Anyway, after 3 weeks, I got a 2-hour shift at the bar. I worked Irish and happy hour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was quite an upgrade. Well, no, the Irish hour is more like a cry your eyes out hour. Missing the Emerald Isle and all that. A happy hour was cry your eyes out, but the beers are cheaper.